Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, pour another glass of wine. No, fill it all the way to the top. I need you to listen because I feel like I'm going insane, and if I don't get this out, I'm going to implode. You know how things are going with him, right? On the surface, it's a fairy tale. We are literally planning our engagement for 2026. 3 years, babe. And honestly, most days I think this is it. This is my person. We mesh so well now. And you knew there was a but coming. I have this rot deep in the foundation of everything. It's the beginning. The first 6 months. I know you'll say, that was 3 years ago, let it go. But I physically can't. Because when I look back at the start, I don't see hearts and flowers. I see rejection. Constant, low-grade rejection. Let me paint the picture. For the first 6 months, he kept me at such an intense arm's length I felt like I was dating a stiff arm from a football player. It was isolating. Here's what haunts me. He wouldn't spend more than 1 day consecutively with me. One day, we'd have an amazing date Friday, stay the night, but by noon on Saturday, I was being ushered out. He wouldn't say, get out, but the vibe was clearly, fun's over, go away now. We never spent a whole weekend together, not once in 6 months. I would drive home on a Saturday afternoon feeling like I was doing the walk of shame. I'd sit in my car in my driveway and just cry, feeling like a part-time girlfriend. Like I was something he slotted into his schedule between his real life. And don't even get me started on the phone calls, or lack thereof. I remember this one specific time I had the worst day at work. My boss had chewed me out, I felt terrible, and all I wanted was to hear his voice. I called him, no answer, I texted him. Hours went by. Finally, he'd text back something dry like, hey, sorry, just chilling. He didn't want to talk on the phone, ever. He treated a phone call like it was a subpoena. If we weren't physically in the same room for our allotted 24-hour window, I felt like I didn't exist to him. It was so isolating. I'd be sitting in my apartment, staring at my phone, knowing he was just sitting in his apartment, probably playing video games, actively choosing not to hear my voice. The mind screw of it all was that he was telling me he loved me. That's the part that makes me feel like I was being gaslit. He would say, I love you with such conviction. But his actions screamed, I tolerate you in small doses. How do you reconcile that? How does a man say he loves a woman but practically pushes her out the door because he can't handle spending 48 hours in her presence? I missed out on the puppy love phase completely. We didn't have that obsessive infatuation. I had anxiety. I had insecurity. I felt like I was auditioning for the role of his girlfriend every single week and barely making the cut. And now, fast forward to today. Now we are literally obsessed with each other. It's a complete 180. We spend all our time together. We have sleepovers that last 3 days. He is the most affectionate, present partner I could ask for now. But seeing him be this way now makes me look back at then and think, so you were capable of this the whole time, you just didn't want to do it with me. Was I not worth it back then? Did he have to force himself to love me? That's the fear. That I wasn't the dream girl he couldn't stay away from. I was the option he slowly resigned himself to. I've brought this up to him. I've sat him down, crying my eyes out, asking him why. Why did you treat me like a contagious disease for 6 months? And you know what he says? He apologizes, but his big explanation. I just used to really like my alone time. That's the excuse. Alone time. Is that valid, or is that a cop-out? Because to me, alone time isn't refusing to spend a weekend with the woman you claim to love. It feels like such a weak justification for making me feel rejected for half a year. It feels like he's minimizing the damage it did to my self-esteem. I wonder if other couples feel this phantom pain. I'm mourning a beginning I never got. I feel like I had to claw and scratch until he decided I was worthy of a Sunday morning. Now that I have his time, I should be happy looking at engagement rings. But instead, I'm thinking, does he actually love me this much, or is he just used to me now? Is this normal? Am I sabotaging myself? When we get engaged, everyone will ask, how did you know? I can't say. I knew when he finally stopped kicking me out of his house after 24 hours. I feel like a fraud. Our foundation feels cracked because while I was falling head over heels, he was checking his watch. The worst part is I love him so much. We are happy now. But I see photos from that first year, and while he looks happy, I look at my eyes and remember the anxiety. Does alone time really explain that distance? Or was he just not that into me and he eventually settled? That's the question that makes me want to scream. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm just being dramatic. Because if this is a sign that he never really loved me the way I loved him, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's like I have PTSD from my own relationship. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop for him to say, okay, that's enough time together, go now. How do I believe in this engagement when the start was so lukewarm? I wanted to be adored. Instead, I got the leave by 10 love. Am I damaging something good, or was I never his first choice? Pass the bottle. I'm spiraling.